Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Faizah, Andi, Sabrina. I'm from Biology Class 8. In here, I will present about the Islamic civilization during Umayyad Dynasty. In this topic, I will discuss about two parts. The first part is the period glory of Umayyad Dynasty, and the second part is the period setback of Umayyad Dynasty. In the first part, I will discuss about the period glory of Umayyad Dynasty. The Umayyad Dynasty was famous for its government that made a lot of progress. This progress began during the seventh caliph, namely Sulaiman bin Abdul Malik, until the eighth caliph, namely Umar bin Abdul Aziz. Progress of the Umayyad Dynasty brought many people to enter into Islam rule, especially in Spain, throughout North Africa, Syria, Arabian Peninsula, Palestine, Afghanistan, India, Persia, Iraq, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and Kyrgyzstan. The development of culture, philosophy, and science during the Umayyad Dynasty focused on several fields, namely science and established and perfect government departments. The first is science. In the field of science, there are religious and general science, which include A. Interpretation science. After the Umayyad Dynasty was established, the Muslims made several laws and regulations that were sourced from the Quran, while the Qur'an and Mufassirin became a place to act public in the field of law. At this time, the interpretation is still developing in oral form and fiqh. B. Hadith science. When interpreting the verses of the Quran, the hadith experts look for understanding in the hadith, but at the time there were many hadiths that were not hadith. So, the muhaddithin looking for history and hadith sanad. This process developed into the science of hadith, which began at the time of Caliph Umar bin Abdul Aziz. The scholar who first put into book form the hadith was Ibn al-Zuhri on the orders of the Caliph Umar bin Abdul Aziz. C. Qira'at science. After the bookkeeping and completion of the Quran during the time of Khulafaur Rashidin, the valid Quran was sent to various cities in the region. This great earned a reading dialect for each resident, so that appeared and famous seven kind of reading known as Qira'at Sab'ah, which is set a standard reading. D. Nahwu science. After many nations outside of Arabia converted to Islam and entered Islamic territory, the Arabs began to pay attention to how to compose the science of Nahwu. The first language scientist who compiled the science of Nahwu was Abu Aswad ad-Wali. He learned from the Caliph Ali bin Abi Talib, who was the father of the science of Nahwu. E. History and geography. The writing of Islamic history begins when important events occur in Islam. This bookkeeping began during the Umayyad period and developed during the Abbasid period. F. Language art. During the Umayyad Dynasty, art and language took an important place in the heart of the government and Islamic society in general. Muslim composed Arabic history, language arts, and wisdom or history, Nahwu, Soraf, and Balaghah. And the second is establish and perfect government department. The department that developed during the Umayyad Dynasty was the development of the Khulafaur Rashidin government. At the time of Umar bin Khattab, he formed five departments, namely Nizamul Mali, Nizamul Harbi, Nizamul Idari, Nizamul Syasi, and Nizamul Qadi. A. An-Nizam al-Idari, namely the state administrative organization. This department contains several files, namely Ad-Dawawin, take care of government administration, Al-Imarah ala al-Buldan, consisting of the leader and his deputy, Barid, post or to deliver letters, and Shurta, police who deal with crime matters. B. An-Nizam al-Mali, namely a financial or economic organization. This department consists of al-Zaraib, taxation, and Masrif Baitul Mal, recording the entry and exit of money. C. An-Nizam al-Harbi, namely defense and security organization. During the Umayyad Dynasty, there was a Nizamut Tajmidil Ijbari, which is a kind of mandatory military law. D. An-Nizam al-Qadai, namely a judicial organization that has judicial power. E. An-Nizam fil Mazalim. This is the highest court text with receiving appeals from lower court and adjudicating culpable judge and high official. In the second part, what will be discussed is the period setback of Umayyad Dynasty. There are two factors that cause the setback of Umayyad Dynasty, namely internal and external factors. A. Internal factors. These factors is influenced from within, namely because of the monarchy or hereditary system, the struggle for power, the luxurious lifestyle of the caliph, the immoral behavior of the Umayyad caliph and their superiors. The caliph cannot carry out policies and is not fair, and a weak leadership figure. And B. External factors. This factor is influenced from outside, namely the occurrence of many rebellions, the existence of tribal fanaticism, and the occurrence of the Azab War, which marked the birth of the Abbasid dynasty. Okay, thank you. That's the presentation I can deliver. More and less, I'm sorry. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.